What do Nigerians expect from the National Assembly? And has the 8th Assembly met the expectations in the last 3 years? The primary roles of a National Assembly are lawmaking, representation and oversight. It is for these reasons that Nigerians voted men and women to represent them in the Senate and House of Representatives. The 8th Assembly had a rough beginning. The emergence of the principal officers against the wishes of the ruling APC caused a huge rift between the major actors and some members of the executive.
A lot of disputes in the ruling party leading to this presidency of the Senate being taken by somebody that was not supported by his party. And since then, there has been no peace. It's been like a war was declared between the party, the executive, and the leadership of the legislature.
3 years after President Muhammadu Buhari's administration came into power, the executive and the federal legislature have been in a relationship which many have described as strained and filled with rancor most of the time. Nigerians have seen the frosty relationship between the executive and the legislature play out, with the drama surrounding the confirmation of a chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Magu, which has not been resolved.
I don't think that any IG has ever refused to appear.
Recently, attempts by the Senate to get the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, to appear before the upper chamber has repeatedly hit a brick wall. The Senate has labelled Mr. Idris an enemy of democracy and unfit to hold public office home and abroad. The 8th Assembly has also seen internal crisis, with some lawmakers pitched against the leadership of both houses. 3 lawmakers were suspended in the last 3 years in what many say were controversial circumstances. But despite the strained relationship between the executive and the legislature in the last 3 years, lawmakers say they have done well in meeting the aspirations of Nigerians.
I think the legislature have done their bit to keep this democracy intact.
We passed 212 bills within a span of less than 3 years, while the 7th Senate passed a total of 128 bills within a span of 4 years. So you will now discover that we have done a lot in spite of the challenges that the National Assembly has had.
But this is not a view shared by some Nigerians.
By August this year, the National Assembly will shut down. Make no pretense about it. The reason is simple. The party primaries will begin by August according to our INEC timetable. And so what that tells you is that any conversation that is not leading to how they come back will not make any meaning. So where is the whistleblowers? Where is the PIG?
Democracy Day presents an opportunity for the executive and the federal legislature to evaluate the level of cooperation between both arms and chart a new course where both arms of government will begin to engage productively for the development of the country. Linda Hibi, Channels Television News.